Okay.
Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is June 16th, 2022, and Bitcoin is forming a inverse head and shoulders pattern on pretty much the smaller time frames, because I'm looking right now at the hourly time frame. You can see it in the 4-hourly time frame as well, and it found support on its previous uptrend around the 786. So between the 618 786, let's just call it the golden pocket, and you can see it throughout the market. Okay, so yesterday we had a little bit of an uptrend, okay, in Bitcoin as well as in other assets. Let's just focus on Bitcoin right now. So you see that yesterday we went from the lows of around 20K right here, and we took it all the way up to 22.7, 22.8, okay? It's about a 12% pump, okay? And ever since that top right here, okay, where this neckline is right here, we had a retest of the lower bit of this channel. If you look at this as just a channel, okay, a range, we tested the lows of the range. Now, we didn't test the absolute bottom of the range. Once again, if you took the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom right here, let's say this was your bottom, okay, and I've turned off the log, right? So it's just straight up to the top of that. You can see you just touched the 786. You see that right there? So you're right here kissing the 786 Fibonacci retracement, and that's typical of a B wave retracement. And I think it's clear here you have 5 waves. You're reading 5 waves. You have some sort of impulse. One, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this, if these are 5 waves, would be a smaller reversal pattern. Okay, and so you would most likely be retesting the top of this range right here. All right, and if you just zoom out as I did, you can see that there is some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is typically bullish. Okay, and they tend to break out. Okay, not every pattern inverse head and shoulders breaks out to the top, but they tend to break out to the top. So I've drawn it here, and the neckline is at 23K. So if we do get a retest of this level of 23K and we break 23K, then and there can you expect a big pump in volume, okay? You can expect a big pump in volume because you will have broken a significant pattern, okay, a significant resistance, because this served as resistance once and twice, and that would be the third time, right? You could even bounce off of it one more time and create another shoulder. So that's just what I'm seeing on Bitcoin's chart. But what I want to show you is the consistency of this price action throughout the market, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at my watch list, which basically are the assets that I've invested in personally right now, minus EOS. EOS, I'm just observing, okay? So just really quickly, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go from the from the top to the bottom. We start with KDA, and here you see what I want to say about the KDA, and I'm still on the hourly time frame. What you can see ever since the 13th of June, okay, where we formed a low, you can just see higher highs and higher lows ever since, okay? So this is a positive sign for continuation to the upside, because you're climbing in a sustainable way. What does that mean? In technical analysis, when you're climbing and you're either climbing or declining, but you're doing so in such a way that you're going up and retesting, going up and retesting, it's very sustainable, okay? It's just theoretically or fundamentally speaking, you give the sellers a chance to sell and the buyers a chance to buy back. So everybody's happy. It's very sustainable, 45-degree pitch, right? The Wyckoff people know about this. The GAN people know about this, in terms of the angles formed in your incline is very important. So this is a very sustainable uptrend right here. I expect it to continue. But that wasn't my main point. My main point was to show you the consistency of the retests. Okay, and yesterday, once again, we got this move to the upside, just like we got in Bitcoin. And you can see if you pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom of this to the top, maybe let's call it right here. Okay, either here or there. You can see you're pretty much in that golden pocket, right? Between the 618 and the 786. You're finding support at a key level, key Fibonacci level, okay? So that's KDA. I do expect a continuation to the upside, right? EOS, we're going to skip. Cardano. It is finding support almost exactly on the 618, okay? And the start of this trend, I would say, is here. Right here, at this point right here, okay? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, okay? I see a 5-wave move and then a 3-wave move to the downside. So that would be, your typical wave 2 correction, right, of this primary wave. So a primary wave 2 correction. So you take the Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom to the top of the 5 waves, and you can see it's right at the 618 where we find support. So throughout the market, you're getting support in this region, in this golden pocket region. So that bodes well for continuation to the upside. So I do expect some continuation to the upside. All right. And in Cardano, you have this neckline, and you are also forming some type of inverse head and shoulders, but it looks a little different. So let's just point that out, or let's draw it up. So you would have this being your left shoulder, okay, and this being your head, and then this being your right shoulder right here, okay? And so your neckline is around 55 cents, all right? Let's say 54 to 55 cents. And so I would expect, if we were to make our way to the neckline and then breach the neckline, I would expect some huge volume at that point, right? I'm looking at the volume indicator and I'm waiting for that huge volume to come in. All right, so that's Cardano. DODO never made a move up from the bottom of its larger consolidation range, but which it's good news because it's held these lows. It didn't make any lower lows since the beginning, right? It testing this lower low more than a month ago, okay? On the 12th of May, it made a low at 12 cents, and ever since then, it's been consolidating. And here you see a nice reversal pattern, a rounded bottom, okay? Those typically herald reversals to the upside. So you have DODO in this huge consolidation, month plus, okay? And a nice rounded bottom here. And I do expect a move to the top at least of this range. And if you do move to the top of this range and then breach that around 22 cents, then I expect some huge volume to come in for DODO. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for DODO. Reserve rights. Reserve rights is also one of those that on a larger time frame. So we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at the larger time frame. Well, let's just stay on the hourly time frame because we can see it all from here, I think. So we're just going to pull from the low last month to the high this month. Okay, let me get the magnet sorted. Missed. Let's try that one more time. It's hard to get the magnet to catch. There we go. From the low to the high there, okay? And you can see that you've gotten a retest of this 786 almost perfectly, okay? So that is like a quintessential retest of a B wave retest, a 786 retest. That's a golden pocket. Some people take the golden pocket to be between 0.5 and 786. Sure, whatever. This region can be thought of as being like a an interesting, important region in Fibonacci retracement for sort of continuation of the main trend. So the main trend goes up here. This is the retest, and then the main trend continues. Okay, so a larger time frame, you have a retest of the 786, and then smaller time frame, just to keep consistent with what happened yesterday, and looking at that, you once again see this impulse right here. Just like in Bitcoin, you had positive price action, okay? And here you have, I think, 5 waves, just like in Cardano. And you can take, I think it's 5 waves. Okay, let's just double check. Yeah, I mean, it may be, nah, I think it's a 3-wave move. This is a corrective move. So I'm expecting that this retest is a 786 retest, not a 618 retest. And oh, there you go. It's a 618 retest. So maybe it's a zigzag. Okay, maybe it's a zigzag. But in any case, you're getting a bounce. You're getting a positive response from that golden pocket. And once again, just like Cardano, just like Bitcoin, you're forming this inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so again, I'm just looking throughout the markets. I'm every day, I'm obsessively tracking the charts, and I'm looking for patterns. And this is one such pattern that I've found. I'm seeing inverse head and shoulders left and right, which is a bullish pattern. Okay, so I do expect to retest the neckline of these head and shoulders patterns. So this for reserve rights would be at 0.00766. And once again, once we get to that neckline, then I do expect for volume to come in, right? Volume only comes in once major resistance is broken, and that would constitute major resistance. As you can see, resistance once, resistance twice. This would be the third test. We could even get an additional shoulder before the breakout. Okay, so that's reserve rights. Again, the consistency of the trends that you're seeing is what I really want to point out. And last but not least, TEL coin. Okay, TEL coin is showing almost exactly the same thing conceptually as you see throughout other altcoins and throughout Bitcoin as well. You're once again getting an inverse head and shoulders, right? Here's your left shoulder. All this consolidation is your head, and you're just forming a right shoulder. So I do expect the market to move up slightly, find resistance at the top of this shoulder, maybe bounce off a bit, and then the big pump with a lot of volume would come in only after the breach of these necklines. So if you've gotten value, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And trade safe out there, my friends. I still think on a larger time frame, this is a great buying opportunity. We are in extreme fear. Sentiment is at the very bottom, and we've been selling off for quite some time. So even if this is the absolute bottom, this is still a good buy in terms of risk to reward, I believe, okay, in my estimation. All right, that's it from me. Have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.